Hi everybody and welcome back to Beetlenees Plays, and I'm back on Fernbus Coach Simulator once again, or some people call it Flixbus, and yeah, we're looking at doing another route and a bit of a chat about the upcoming update, the patch, what they're looking at releasing within the next however many weeks. So yeah, let's crack on with it. So how's everybody doing then? I'm doing fine, thank you. So yeah, back here on Fernbus, and let's get straight into a route. I've not really had a look since I was last on. What I am wanting to test today, by the way, is my sound and my new capture card, which I'm using for the Xbox. So I'd like you guys' help on this, if at all possible. Let me just get back to the settings. So what I've done in here is I have just messed about with the audio a little bit. I've put them back. I had the master volume on 70, or it's 65, 70, something like that, I can't remember. And I've put it up to 85. But what I have reduced is the ambient noise down to 30, because I just couldn't really hear the engine of the bus at all. Now I know there are some issues on the Xbox, particularly with the sound, but yeah, I just couldn't really hear the engine, especially when it's raining. All you can hear is rain, and there's a slight kind of hum when you're inside the bus. So I'm just wondering what these settings are like. I've had a bit of a play about with it, and I think it's not bad, but I'd like you guys to just tell me, if you could, if my voice is coming over the sound of the game okay, or whether anything's too loud or too quiet or whatever, and just to kind of help me along a little bit would be good. And I'm also wanting to do this one in 60 FPS as well, so hopefully that's going to come across better on the video as well, because I'd like to do some 60 FPS stuff. But if it's a long trip, if it's going to be an hour and a half, couple of hours or something like that, then I'll probably revert back to 30 FPS just for processing purposes, because it just takes too long to do 60 FPS, especially on the equipment I've got. So yeah, some help on that would be, or some feedback on that would be nice, just to let me know if it looks okay. So let's get back into the game then, and we will do Route 4. I've renumbered all these. I've tried to do a bit of housekeeping, and I've started numbering all these routes. So we've now got 3 routes, so we're going to do route number 4, and we'll leave the name, we'll just let it name itself, and we will call this, or number it, route number 4, and we will go onto the map and have a look at where we want to go. So we can only start, I think, from where we've already been. So we've been down here to Dusseldorf. Can't remember whether I did that on a video, whether I've just done it myself, but it matters not. So yes, what about if we do, I'm just kind of looking around really. Let's have a look at this Duisburg, seeing as we're already here, I think. And I don't want to be doing too many stations. This is the thing, it gets a little bit confusing with checking the tickets at the moment, and I want to keep it fairly simple just for the moment. I'll tell you what, let's go down to Bonn, shall we? Let's go down here. So just do a little shortish run, and let's just test out this sound and display settings. So let's click that as well. So that's our little route, 135 kilometers, so not too far. And let's come back out of the map. Let's go down to save that, and we need next, realistic. Now, something else I've noticed as well, I didn't really notice when I first got the game, but there's relatively few buses to choose from, aren't there? I think there's 6 of these MAN buses. I don't think there's any CMC buses you can use because they're all DLCs. You can use the Neoplan bus. I quite like that one actually. I don't think there's any of these VDLs available. We'll just go through just to double check, but no, there's none of them available. I don't think any of the Scanias are available. And then you've got your BB, which you can only select if you're doing the shuttle run. It won't allow you to select it unless you're doing a shuttle run. So yeah, so I think you've got 6, 7, 8 buses to choose from. Which, you know, it's not a bad selection, I suppose, but you know, it could be better, I think, to be fair. I'm a bit disappointed that probably most of these buses you can't get unless you buy the DLC. Now, talking of buying the DLC, I've had a look on, well, I've tried clicking the buy DLC and it doesn't take you anywhere. It just goes to an error screen for me. I'm assuming that's what it's like for most people. Well, I mean, I'm on Xbox, so I can't speak for the PlayStation. Any PlayStation users out there, please let me know if you can access the DLCs. I certainly can't. I never had Tourist Bus, so whether those, I think somebody once said that they transferred over. Whether they have transferred over or not, I don't know. But obviously, because I never had Tourist Bus, I haven't got any of those either. So yeah, I don't know what's happening with the DLC, to be honest. So if anybody knows anything on that, then please let me know. Put it down in the comments. If you are liking the videos, by the way, if you are new to the channel, please remember to like the video. I don't expect you to like it straight away, obviously, because if you are new to the channel, you don't know what it's all about or what I'm like or whatever. And I know, you know, not everybody is into everybody, so you know, I do accept that, and not everybody's cup of tea, are they? So, but if you do enjoy the video, please remember to give it a thumbs up and please subscribe to the channel. It would be really appreciated, and click that notification bell for more videos. So yeah, what bus am I going to choose today? Well, I'm going to choose, I think I'll choose the second one available of these, which is the 3rd gen, isn't it? So let's choose that one. I'm not going to mess about altering the style of it. Oh, actually, I know I can't buy that one, can I? I've just realised. Yeah, sorry, that one's available. Oh, it's that one that's available, isn't it? That's the one. Okay, so let's have this one. So this is this Coach C 2nd gen. So yeah, let's get that one then. Realistic mode, dates, today's date. Time we'll have as the current time, and weather will let's keep us sunny today, and let's start her off. So just let this get loaded in. So yeah, the upcoming patch for the game, which I did a video on last time. So yeah, exciting stuff. Nice to see the devs are on top of things. I mean, obviously it remains to be seen exactly what gets sorted out and how it gets sorted out, as quite often happens in these things. Is it going to mess other things up in the process, which quite often happens? I don't know. We will have to wait and see on that, won't we, whenever the patch drops. But it's nice to see the developers are on top of things anyway, at least, and trying to get the game sorted out. So that is good news. And some of the major aspects of the game as well, like the graphics, is one of the main bugbears, I suppose. And the sound, particularly on the Xbox as well, is quite dodgy to say the least. But anyway, let's get in this bus then, and we'll get sat in the seat. Let's get the engine started up. Now, because there's less ambient noise about, I can now actually hear that engine, which I couldn't really do before. So hopefully that's also working for you guys. But like I say, if it's too loud, then please let me know in the comments, and I'll tone the well, I'll bring the ambient noise back up again. Or, you know, is the overall noise too much? So please let me know in the comments, and that would be good. Right, let's get on with it. Let's get into drive. Let's get some lights on. It's not likely to rain, but I'll get some lights in anyway. And let's go, go, go. So come on, gate. We have passengers to pick up. We've got 14 minutes to get there anyway, so we're not doing bad for time. Can we get out before they come out? That's good. And we're going left here, aren't we? And as usual, the lights are at red. Have you found that? Have you found that a lot of the lights are at red when you approach? I mean, this tends to happen, I suppose, doesn't it, in real life? I don't know. I don't know whether it's, you know, actually true or whether it's just how we see it. But we always kind of remember the bad times. We always remember the rainy days of summer, don't we? And never the nice sunny days. But yeah, I don't know. To me, there just does seem to be the lights seem to favour red when you're approaching them as opposed to green. I do have some green that I get through, but not very often. Okay, let's go. But yeah, I have to say that the sounds are pretty dire. I do really hope they improve on the sounds as much as they grow. Look, they've changed again, look. I suppose I could have rushed and got through there, but oh, good job I didn't. There's some police over there. Don't want to get caught by them. Could do with a good clean, this bus, really. Looking at the windows, full of speckles, aren't they? Let's pop outside and have a look. There's something else I've noticed as well. So that's quite loud now, that isn't it, near the engine? But the sometimes when you come out, and this is one aspect they were looking at sorting out, having different camera viewpoints. But yeah, sometimes when I come out, I'm a lot further away from the bus than this. This is quite a close shot, and other times I'm a bit further away. So, oh, thank you very much, Mr. Taxi. Very kind of you. Another red light. So yeah, I don't know why that is, and I don't think it's session specific. I think it's sorry. I'll repeat that or rephrase that. I think it is session specific. Like, you know, every time I come out now, it's the same distance from the coach. Whereas if I start another session, I'll be further away from the coach. So that's just a little thing I found out, noticed. And it is a little bit too close, that really, isn't it? That's a little bit of a too close a shot. Let's get over into the left lane. And the lights just turned to red for us, as per usual. I mean, don't get me wrong, I don't mind waiting at red lights, but it just happens a little bit too often, I feel. I think it just wants tweaking a little bit, that aspect as well. So what's everybody thinking of the game? What's your thoughts on the game? Pop it down in the comments what you think. And thank you, by the way, for all the comments. It's really, really appreciated. And I was noticing today that I am 5 people off 100 subscribers, just 5, and this is on a Sunday afternoon. So if we can get up to that 100 by the end of Sunday, it would be really, really great. So anybody new watching, please click that thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel. And yeah, it doesn't cost you anything, and I would absolutely categorically appreciate it. That would be really great to get up to 100 subscribers. I started this channel around about end of November, I think, and you know, I'm really, really grateful for everybody that has subscribed up to now. It's really fantastic to know that you're doing something right and people appreciate it, so that's great. Right, we're here at the bus stop, so let's just cancel that signal and let's get the doors open. We will pop it into, or pop the parking brake on, is what I wanted to say. We need it in neutral. And let's go and check these guys in then. Now, I was having a discussion with one commenter and also a mate of mine, Mr. Dinu, and we were talking about this check-in business. So I wasn't fully understanding, and neither was Mr. Dinu either, because when you log in here and somebody's got this particular ticket, your focus is on this tick and this cross in front of you. Never even noticed that blue X in the far right, bottom right corner for the express check-in. Never noticed it whatsoever. So didn't really understand it. Well, I'm sorry, I didn't understand it. There was nothing to not understand because I didn't notice it, and neither did Mr. Dino. So that was a new one on us until somebody commented on it about being a quicker way of checking in. So yeah, I do admit, now I've got used to doing it. You just click the X and then you hold the X on this bit and you scan that QR code and that's it, and it's done, job done. So it's a lot quicker, but I just think that could have been a little bit more obvious. Because it doesn't actually say, I mean, it says check passenger in when you first start, but then it doesn't say anything at this point. So I just click the tick button, the A button to check them in. But yeah, this is a much quicker way of doing it and making sure. Well, say quicker. It may not be quicker, but it makes sure that that you're not checking the wrong passenger in. Let's put it that way, because you can check the wrong passengers in and get minus XP for it. So anyway, who have we got here? We've got timer, teamer. So let's have a look on our list. Have we got? Yes, we have. So you can come along board, sir, and hop along onto the bus. And what about you, madam? Let's have a look at you. You're an express check-in, so we can get you sorted out. Oops, that's not fully done. There we go. And we'll have a look at you, Melek. Yeah, you're due to get on board. And who do we have here? It's your express check-in, so that's fine. Let's get you sorted out and sort you out. So another express check-in, and then we've got you, sir, another express, and then we'll try and get to you lot here. It's a little bit of a tight squeeze, isn't it? Express, okay, that's you. Oh, did that close that? All the passengers are too close here. Ivy. Have we an Ivy? Yes, we have. Thank you. And sort you out. If we can get on you, there we go. And your express. And oh, you need to buy one, so you're going to Bonn, which is fine. That's where we're going. So let's click on that. And do we scan that now? Let's just try that. No, we don't scan that. Do we scan it now? No, we don't do that either. That sorted that out. Yeah, that's something I'm not too sure about. I think that was what I was querying when this guy commented. And again, you know who you are. I don't like mentioning names, to be honest. But I wasn't too sure about what you did with those particular tickets that you sell yourself. And it seems like you don't actually scan the barcode in there. You just press the A button. So it's a little bit confusing, to be fair. But anyway. We've got it all sorted out, I think. So let's get the doors closed. Oops, wrong one. And let's go along here. Let's get everything on here. Now, something else I was a little bit confused about and couldn't work out why. So what was happening was, I was travelling along and the AC warning kept coming up. And now I took that to mean that somebody was saying that the temperature is too, well, let's just turn that off a little bit. The temperature is too low. It kept coming up with AC too, or too low, it says, TO low. And I actually commented, I said, you need another O on there, guys. It should be air conditioning is too low. And but because, like I say, I was taking it, that was what the passengers was commenting on. But it's not. It's just a game warning or information saying you need to turn the air conditioning to low. And the problem I was having was that I wasn't turning the air conditioning on. So if we go on to this bit here, let's just work our way along. We've got the dip lights on anyway. We just work our way along to we'll stick the retarder on, which I've now learnt is engine braking. And it's this here. Now, I was assuming, now my car, you see, if I turn my temperature up down, it sorts out the air conditioning automatically. And I suppose I was just kind of blindly following that, where if I turn it up to 21, it would automatically set it to 21. If I turn it down to 19.5, it would automatically set it to 19.5. But that's not the case. In this bus and these buses, I think as a whole, you have to actually turn the air conditioning on. I suppose in my car it's more like climate control. So it's generally on anyway, which is what I was kind of assuming. So anyway, the air conditioning is now turned on and it's set to 21, and we'll see how we go at that. That's the cruise control, which I found out was there. Didn't realise, for some reason I'd totally missed that when I was playing it before. So anyway, we are good to go. So let's get into drive. Did we close the doors? Yes, we did. And what's the departure time? It's 14:03 and it's now 2 o'clock. Now, I don't think I need to wait, because I've tried this before and I didn't lose any XP on leaving too early. Everybody's checked in, so I don't really see as there's a problem anyway. If everybody's there who should be there, then there's not really an issue in leaving early, is there? So we'll just have a stop at this red light, shall we? So we're aiming to get there for 15:50. It is now 2 minutes past 2, and it's 132 kilometres. So it shouldn't take us that long once we get onto the motorway. We'll stick an indicator on. Had a weird thing earlier on when I was playing the game and messing about with the settings and stuff, and the sound was really weird. Oops, whoa, stop. Could I go at that? Oh, I'm just going to go anyway. I don't know whether I should have gone there or not. It was an amber, wasn't it? So I don't know. I've gone through now anyway. Yeah, it was making some really odd sounds, and almost as if it was like underwater. It was really peculiar, and the indicator was so uneven. You know, it was like 2 ticks, then away, and then 3 ticks, and then another way, and then 1 tick, and then away. And rather than it being a steady tick tock type of thing, really weird. So there are some weird things going off in this game. But as I've stressed before, you know, I've looked at a lot of reviews on the Xbox, and you know, it's kind of 50-50. A lot of people on there say, you know, it's a rubbish game and this, that, and the other, and the developers ought to pull the finger out and stuff like that. And you know, I do agree on some counts, but as I've said before, and I do apologise, I've been calling the truck game The Long Road, and I couldn't really remember exactly what the name was, because like I said, I purchased it and got a refund on it within 2 days. But yeah, it's on the road, isn't it? So yeah, I do apologise to everybody about that for calling it The Long Road. It's on the road. But yeah, that was particularly bad, and I got a refund under false advertising on that. I'm not going to dwell on that again because I mentioned this in another video. But I wouldn't say this game is in that state. Yes, there's things that need sorting out and stuff, but it is playable, and it doesn't look half bad. You know, there's a little bit of popping with the vehicles and some buildings and trees here and there, some graphical issues, some texture issues and stuff, sound issues if you like, and one or two gameplay issues and what have you. But it doesn't stop you playing it. It's still a good game, and it can only get better. So you know, the devs are on it. Hopefully they can get a lot of these issues sorted out pretty pronto, and we'll all be good to go. So you know, knock it off with those negative vibes, I say, and you know, just give the game a little bit of a chance. As I said, I did get a refund for on the road, and I thought I had valid reasons for that. But this game is a keeper, definitely. Right, so oops, I was just going to say we're up to 60, and now I'm doing 70. In fact, oh, it's 100 now. It seemed to go from 70 to 50 to 100 there, didn't it? I've got some bushes growing in the road here, look. At least we've not hit them. And we want to turn left here. Can we get through before those bloody lights change? Yes, we can. Okie dokie, good stuff. So into a 70 limit, and some more traffic lights, and oh, we're going right here. Okay, and we have a give way. Let's just get it slowed down. Yeah, we're looking good. And I do like to do all my driving, if I can, from within inside the cab. You know, if you're playing a sim, then it needs to be played like a sim. I've seen a few other videos on YouTube actually where people are, you know, they're kind of playing it a little bit like Gran Turismo or Wreckfest even. And you know, it's not what the game's all about. It's about it's a simulator, isn't it? It's supposed to be simulating driving a bus, and you're supposed to be sticking to the speed limits, trying to drive smoothly to keep your passengers comfortable, and all this, that, and the other. And that's what it's all about. And part of it for me is driving it in first-person perspective, because that's how you would be driving a bus. You wouldn't be driving a bus from a paraglider, you know, hanging off the back end of your bus, would you? You'd be driving the bus from within the cab. So that's how I like to do it mainly. Occasionally, yeah, because of the perspective issues, you haven't got the peripheral vision like you have in real life. You're looking at a TV screen or a computer monitor or whatever you've got. You haven't got that peripheral vision available to you like you do in reality. But so sometimes, yeah, you do have to just have a little outside view. In fact, can't have much of an outside view, as I said, with this particular one because it's too close to the bus, but I can't do anything about that at the moment. But yeah, sometimes you have to have a look outside just to get some perspective on things, to see where other people are, because you can't really see, and like I say, you haven't got that peripheral vision. But more often than not, I do like to try and do it from inside the bus. Now, because of the same reasons I've just mentioned, but coming at it from a different angle, I suppose, when I'm reversing, I will tend to go to third person. And I know you might be thinking, well, he's just been saying, you know, you're supposed to be playing the game like a real bus driver would be playing it, or truck driver, or whatever type of game you're playing. But again, it's because of that peripheral vision, because you haven't got that. Yes, you've got your mirrors and stuff like that, but you don't get the same perspective from inside the truck, as inside the bus in this case, as you do in reality. And so I just think looking outside, having a third person perspective just gives you that little bit more perspective on things. But you know, each to their own. We all play the games how we want to play them, I suppose. But it was just when I was watching some other videos, you know, you may as well have bought truck racing or something like that if you wanted to drive a bus like that. You know, it's supposed to be driven, you're supposed to be following other traffic and fitting in with other traffic and driving like you're supposed to be driving on the road, not like a bloody idiot, you know. So that's the kind of perspective I'm trying to put on things. Now, I mean, obviously sometimes it all goes astray, and you know, you end up having to do things that you might not otherwise do, like doing a U-turn over the central reservation and things like that if you've gone the wrong way. But that's I suppose that's because you can in the game. You can't do that in reality. And there's nothing more annoying, is there, if you're on a motorway and you miss your exit and you've got to go like 15 miles out of your way or something like that. But it's all about time when you're playing a game, isn't it? You don't just want to be going out of your way for no reason. So yeah, so you know, cheating a little bit is not a massive issue for me. It's also that the reasons I've said as well is why I don't like to have those digital mirrors up. I've mentioned these before, I know, but it just takes away the realism of it for me. I'd rather, you know, turn my head much like you would in real life to look. Oops, and while I'm doing that, I'm having a crash, which is not the best thing. But yeah, I'm just trying to demonstrate exactly what I mean. Just get on the straight road by. I mean, obviously there's a time and a place for checking your mirrors, isn't there? But yeah, you know, you just have a little turn like that. You just have a quick look in the mirror and just see that there's nothing there before changing lanes, etc. And that's how I like to play it, because I just think the digital mirrors just take oops, what's happening here? Just take a little bit of the realism away. I don't even like the sat-nav in the bottom corner, if I'm honest, but on Euro Truck you can see down there a lot easier. Now, I know you can move the camera, but it doesn't save your settings at the moment. I'm hoping this is something they sort out. Every time I change my seating position and I get back into the game, it's reset it to this view. So, and I've just got fed up of changing it, if I'm honest, so I just put up with it now. But yeah, in Euro Truck, it will keep your seat settings, and you'll be in a position where you can actually see that dashboard sat nav down there, just while you're looking ahead like this. Which means you can do away with the HUD sat nav. But the other problem at the moment in this game is that sat nav, the dashboard sat nav, doesn't tally up the maximum speed with the HUD sat nav. We're going straight on, aren't we? Because I've noticed the HUD sat nav might say it's 100 kilometers an hour speed limit, and I look at the dashboard sat nav and that still says 50. In fact, I've never noticed it say anything else but 50, the HUD sat nav. So there's obviously an issue with that going off somewhere. So look at this van here. Come on, Mr. Taxi, let's go now. So yeah, so that's another reason why I'm not using the dashboard sat nav, is because it's not tallying up with the speed limits correctly at the moment. How far have we got to go now? 42 kilometres, and it's 15:02, so we've got 48 minutes, haven't we, to get to our destination of Bonn. Oh, cheers, taxi. Well, that's gone and messed it up, hasn't it? I have to sit here now for another 3 hours. I nearly said something there, but there may be some taxi drivers watching. I don't want to upset anybody. I do like this coach though, particularly because these mirrors are actually, they're not badly placed. If you are one that uses the digital mirrors a lot, try it without, because when you look at the position of these mirrors are quite forward facing, or not forward facing, forward positioned, more to the point. And so you don't really have to turn your camera much to actually seeing them. So on some of them you have to sort of turn to look at the outside one, but you don't in this one. But while you're looking forwards, you can actually see in that left mirror without even moving your head, your camera. So you have to move it a little bit for that right one, as I said, but even so, you're not having to move it right over there like on some coaches. So it's actually not a bad coach, this one, for that. Oh, I'll tell you what I didn't do. I know what I've forgotten, and I know you'll be all screaming at me back there for not doing this. I didn't start the ride, did I? Ah, I can't believe it. Forgot that. Ah, sugar. I don't know whether it's registered or not. It may register when we get there. To be honest, I have actually done some sessions where it has actually registered it anyway. But yeah, I should have clicked start ride, shouldn't I? If it was available. I mean, it's not showing it's available now, so I don't know. It may not even been available. But we will see. It's certainly not allowing me to do anything now, is it? So, no. Don't know then. We will see when we get there. But yeah, there's always something I forget. And I can just imagine you all back there 20 minutes ago. You haven't started your ride. Oh well. My videos wouldn't be fun really without me making some cock up. It's like I keep saying, it's all about your own experience. And my experience of video gaming, I've probably mentioned this before, I've been gaming for 40 years. And yeah, my experience of gaming is cock up after cock up. But I still enjoy it after all these years. I love the gaming aspect, and I love the social aspect as well. When you're playing online, yeah, you can't beat it. Now, somebody commented about the cities not looking like what the cities are supposed to be. Again, I'm not going to mention anything too detailed, but it's there in the comments if anybody wants to browse through them. But they mentioned that the city didn't look particularly like the city that they lived in, and you know, I kind of agreed and said it's the same in Euro Truck as well. The cities don't particularly look like what they're supposed to. And somebody else commented, you know, it would be impossible for them to do that, and it would. They're right. You know, you couldn't do all these cities on such a large scale map. You couldn't make all the cities look like exactly what they are. But having said that, I do agree with what this first person said, in that they could make the buildings perhaps look a little bit more like that particular country style of buildings, if you like. I mean, like, you know, these I suppose they could pass for Britain in a way, these sorts of buildings. In some areas, I don't. Oops, have I run forward? My bus has run forward down the bloody hill, hasn't it? That's while I'm looking round. I would have kept my foot brake on. But yeah, I suppose it could kind of pass. But you know, there will be some cities where the buildings don't particularly look like the style of city that you. Sorry, the style of building that you have in that town or city. And you know, they could perhaps try a little bit harder to make the buildings actually look like that area's style of buildings, I suppose. But you know, at the end of the day, I'd rather have a properly working game rather than having all this other finer detail. I'd rather have the graphics with no pop-in and the shading to be stable, not going bright and dark and bright, etc. And the sound correct and everything. I'd rather have all that. Give me that any day over over the style of buildings. That's a kind of secondary wish, I suppose. Some pop in there with those houses on the hill there, wasn't there? This is a fair old hill coming up, isn't it? Now, as I said, I've not played Fernbus Simulator, but I've seen some videos on it, and that hill looks like some of those hilly climbs that you get in Fernbus Simulator. It is a game I may actually pick up. I know it's an older game now, but just perhaps for my own use. Whether I'd YouTube it or not, I don't know, unless people wanted me to do it. But yeah, I may just pick it up for my own use, just as a bit of fun. Like I said, I've not had a bus simulator before. This is my first one, really, and yeah, quite interested in trying Fernbus now. Going back to preferences as well, it's a bit like how you get this on consoles particularly. You get the option of choosing quality graphics over performance, or performance over quality of graphics, and I will 9 times out of 10, it depends on the game sometimes, depends on how they've set the game up and everything, but yeah, 9 times out of 10 I will choose performance. I always want to have 60 FPS if I can. You can take a 5-6 year old game and stick 60 FPS on it, and it looks like a brand new game. If they do that, I think it looks absolutely brilliant. I'd rather have that over floaty bits. Just wondering what your thoughts are on that. What do you tend to choose? Pop it down in the comments. Bit slow on acceleration, this bus, I have to say. Bit sluggish. The other thing I asked about the other day as well is in the bottom right there, on the sat nav, there is a blue icon with 555 on it. Now that changes. Sometimes it's red. I think it's even had minus numbers on. I don't know. Can't remember. Does anybody know what that is? I was surmising, I think, on the last video that it was something to do with sleep, because I've never come across that yet. I've never had that experience of having to have a rest. Going back to Aerosoft, they have a similar kind of thing on there where you have to park up in a parking space somewhere, to fuel station or something like that, or at a hotel or whatever. I'm assuming it's a kind of similar thing on this game, but I've never actually experienced it yet. Sorry, I was just concentrating on something there. So yeah, I'm assuming that is something to do with that. I mean, I may be totally wrong. I don't know. I can't think what else it would be. That's the only issue. So I don't really know. Ooh, lights have changed in our favour. I find the brakes a bit keen on these buses though. You don't have to pull the trigger very far to lock the wheels up. I'm assuming it's the back wheels that get locked up. I try to be as gentle as I can, but they kind of snatch a little bit. Big tunnel up there. Oh, we're here. Just noticed. Just try and park without any accidents. And there we go. Right. Let's get the old parking brake on. And let's open the doors. And out we get. So we had no complaints about anything. And now notice that has come up in orange though, hasn't it? The destination part of it. So yeah, I don't know whether this is going to give us anything or not. Let's find out. But my mistake. I should have started that. That route on the phone. Let's see what happens. Oh, it has. You see, yeah. I thought it had done it before. So so even if you don't click start route, it still gives you your XP. And it was a little bit confusing at the bottom as well, because I was looking at these current and total XP, and I was thinking, what's the XP I've got from this? It seems a bit of an odd way around this. Currently kind of implies to me that that is what I've got now. You know, like, in other words, the total. That's my current XP at the moment. But no, it isn't. It's that what is what you've got on this run, 392, and my total is 2849. So again, just it's a bit of confusing way of doing it. So anyway, no reds on there. We have no reds on there, which is good. Traffic rules, we've got one property damage. I think that's when I was looking around the bus and we ran down that hill and hit the back of that vehicle, didn't we? And driving behaviour, safety distance broken. Okay, so that's -5. So, but overall, not bad. 2849 XP in total we've got now. So let's click continue. And that's it, job done. So yeah, don't forget guys, let me know in the comments what you thought to the sound with regards the levels. I mean, could you hear my voice okay, and the sound of the engine now as opposed to just hearing the ambient noise, and the 60 FPS as well. How's that coming across? I'd be interested to find out, because if it's not really doing a lot, I'll just stick to 30. But yeah, let me know in the comments. But thanks for watching. If you made it this far, it's really appreciated. Remember to give the video a thumbs up and click that subscribe button and that notification bell for more videos. And we will catch you soon. So take care and bye for now.